Alright, so this is a video tutorial part 1 of creating a rotoscoping um, project, as well as some tracking, and then some animation from the tracking stuff. Yeah, so here is a preview of what you'll be doing. Okay, I'll play it one more time. And one more time. Okay, so we have this footage which I will provide, and from there you'll notice how this title reveal, it's in between this tree, but at the same time it's over here. You don't see it over here, so it adds to the illusion. And logically you'd say that if this text is behind the tree, you see the other parts of the text. But when you actually play it out like that, it looks generic. It looks cheap, like amateur. But if you put the mask here, for whatever reason, it just gives a greater sense of illusion and visual trickery, and catches the audience, by surprise even more. I can't explain it. I just know it's true because I tested both out, and I rather have this mask over here. So yeah, and this is rotoscoped. This tree. What rotoscope means is that the tree. I'm gonna turn on this thing right here. Means it's solo. You're gonna only show this. I'm gonna solo it. That only the tree is showing. Everything else is gone. And then yeah, it's masked out. You learned about masking, but it is also I don't know what's the right word, but tracked in its own way. Tracked meaning within the other software, it tracks the masking so that the mask will follow the tree. So you're not gonna be animating the mask, well, you are, but only partially. A lot of the heavy work is done by this software called Mocha. Mocha is a plugin. It's their own company. They've been around for several years, over a decade or so. I'm not too sure how long, but they've been around, and a lot of large studios use them. This is their kind of downgraded version that comes with After Effects. To get the full version with all the extra bells and whistles, and it's just so much more powerful, you'd have to purchase it. So, but it comes with just a stripped down version in After Effects. So it does come with the school's version as well. Yeah. So you'll be learning Mocha, and as well as yeah, basic tracking, setting it up, and all of that stuff, and also the laying out the text. Yeah, so there'll be two parts. First part is the rotoscope and learning Mocha. Second part is the tracking and the probably the animation. So two parts, two videos. All right. First things first. I'll start off with a brand new scene. Okay, so I'm brand new scene. I'm gonna go file. Double click in here, and the footage that you will be using is the file is Misty Autumn Forest ProRes. Okay, so I'm gonna import that file, and from here, so it's a 4K footage, 25 frames per second, and what else? Generally, I would have you guys make the composition first, and then dump the footage into the timeline, right? But in this case, we're gonna make the composition straight off of the footage, meaning we're gonna just grab the footage and dump it to the timeline. When you do that, it will automatically make your main composition for you. And there's reasons why, there's technical reasons why, having to do with tracking and stuff like that, and I just don't want the wrong settings to be um, you know dialed in into the main comp when you make it, whether it be, say, the wrong frame count, or the wrong files, the wrong composition size, or the wrong footage size, things like that will mess things up. So we're just gonna grab it, dump it. There you go. From there, what we're gonna do is I believe this is 7 seconds. It was actually much longer, like 20 some odd seconds, 3 times longer, but I cut it down to save on the time spent rotoscoping, to keep it short. From there, we need to activate the Mocha plugin software. But before we do that, I highly recommend setting this to full resolution. Generally, I say to keep it to half or third, depending on how slow the computer you're working on is. But for the rotoscoping and whatnot, we definitely needed full resolution. Yeah. All right. So grab it, select it. First, let's rename this. Right click, composition settings. Let's call it main comp. Right? So it has everything: file size, frame rate, all of that. And okay. You also notice that the frame count, see, it starts at 19251 instead of 0. I know I fixed it before, so let me try to see why it didn't work. I'll be right back. Alright, so scratch that, forget about that. I don't know, I can't figure out how to set this back to 0. So if you see this where it's not 0, just ignore it. Everything's the same. I know I fixed it, I just forgot how to make it work again. So you see this, just ignore it. We're gonna go by these, frame count, time. So here we are. Oh, ugh, ignore that. All right, yeah, ignore that other stuff. I was just testing something. All right, so from here we select the footage, right? And what we're gonna go do is layer. Where are you? Animation. Right. So select your footage, animation, track in Boris FX Mocha. Right? Animation, track in Boris FX Mocha. Right? So it looks like nothing happened, right? But you see there's pins over here. These little markers. That means that something's definitely happening. And in our FX control panel, we have Mocha AE. It's a logo over here. You have this and this. What you do is just click on this. That's gonna activate it. Mocha is starting, and your whole new user interface panel. I'll try to guide you so that you won't get overwhelmed, because it can be overwhelming. You got so much stuff. From here, what we're gonna do is okay, so got track. First, let's do a let's let the software preview this footage. So basically, this is your play buttons. This is your track buttons. So don't get confused. T is for tracking. That's the technical work that we're doing. Let's just play it. So this will allow the footage to be loaded in the preview for Mocha, or so I believe so, or I've been told so as well. So let it load. Alright, so I'll stop it there. Gonna just start from 0. Or here as well, you could start here at the end. This is where it's the closest, you know. So you could, yeah, let's just start from the end. So here's your, timeline. Don't mind these numbers again. That's because, when it just is. Generally it should be 0, 0 to whatever ending frame count. Okay, so we're at the end. So we're gonna do the rotoscoping, and I'll show you what things are as we end up needing them. What we don't need, I won't talk about. So what we need to do is start making our little shapes to cut out. We do that by using this Create X-Spline Layer tool. Okay, specifically with the little X over there, because when I press and hold this, it'll have these other things. In case if you were to kind of look around, experiment, just don't do it. Just click on that. That will activate this cursor, right? And I need more room. I want more room. I can't do that. So let's make it from, if you have classic, change it to roto. That way it'll even, make it even more simplified. So we just need roto. We get more room. Set it to roto. Do this, right? I'm gonna zoom in a bit. The way you zoom in, I use a mouse scroll. It's really convenient, but at school, students said that theirs weren't working like that. Maybe it's the older version, I'm not sure, but if you press Z, press and hold Z as in zebra, and you left mouse click and drag up and down, you can zoom in and out like that. Okay, Z. You do not use the space bar. Okay, space bar is to play the video, but you do not use it to pan, right? Remember panning, where you do this, super needed, right? We use the X to pan. Hold on X to pan around, move around, okay? Because in After Effects, you press and hold the space bar to grab and move around within. But in Mocha AE, as I mentioned before, it is X, as in X-ray. So that part will cause some frustration, because by now you have muscle memory to press and hold the space bar. So I'm just letting you know to be very careful about that, because it will end up messing with you, especially when you start to roto. Alright, so we got that out of the way. Again, Z, left mouse button up and down to pan, to zoom in and out. X to pan around, X to hold and pan. Right now, we have that tool active. Right from here, I'm just gonna zoom in a bit more. and the things that I'll show you where I'm clicking on and why. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna click out here. I'm gonna put, say, I don't know, I'll start off with just one. See, first thing you notice is you see this, and the blue stuff, those are the points. But you see how the blue stuff has these blue handles. You see the handle at the end? Well, that's for later. But just be mindful that this is what you're going to deal with. This weird looking setup, okay? And I don't need this big old tree, okay? Because when I animate my text, it's not gonna be interfering or going through this tree. Because if you notice in the preview that I showed you, the text comes through here at the lower end, and it does not interact with this. That's the reason why I am not masking this out. Okay, so from here I'm gonna do like one. Okay, I just pressed it once, and you notice already this looks weird. Like, what is going on? You know, it looks like it's trying to make a triangle or something, or a shape on its own instead of just a one single line. So what I just get used to this. Then I'm gonna make another one right here, and then one right, I don't know, like here. Okay. What else? You could go something like that, and this part is not necessary as well, you know, but I'll just do it. Um, Especially if you want to make a well, yeah, I just like to do that part, and then this part right here, okay, and this one, yeah, we don't need it. Uh, yeah, we don't need that, I believe, because it comes through here, right? The text comes through here, so you don't need that part either, right? So, you know what? I'm gonna undo that. Undo, undo. I'm gonna go just even up to here. Okay, cut out all that stuff, and go here, 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 and then here, here, here. Okay, not a whole lot. And then definitely over here. Starting from here, for sure, I would want to be really careful because it's getting close to where the text comes into the entrance. So super safe. And then you know, something like that, like that, like that. Rough it out, like that. Even this, yeah, that. Then boom, boom. Using X again to pan. I'm gonna go down like that. These little juts I'm gonna be mindful of because it's so close to how where the text comes in. Okay. So I'm going by segments. I'm just spacing it out like this. That I didn't include this little thing because it won't even register with the human eye when things are in movement. I'm pretty sure, unless it's a big old chunk like this old chunk. You do want to cookie cut it out. And then boom, boom, and boom, then boom, boom. The lower half also, uh, you know, if it's hard to read, you could just, you know, zoom in like that, and like that, like that, nicely spaced out. Lower part's not so important because the fact that it does not, this part here, this lower area, does not interact with the text reveal, so I'm not minding much to it. Just go do like that, boom, boom. Some of it I'm doing where it's kind of overkill, because I'm just being neurotic, you know. I undid that. I'm just gonna plop it here and blue one like that. Actually, yeah, yeah, yeah. That. Ooh, see that? This is wrong. Undo, undo. I'm gonna go up here, here, go up here, 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 and I don't need this either. Well, probably don't need it. Here, 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 and probably don't need that either. Here. This part, I'm just doing this to get the shape of it. Like that. And then you could either press the right mouse button to get out of it. If you don't have a right mouse button, I think you could press W. Yeah, W. Wait, no, maybe not. Right mouse button. If you don't have right mouse button, you could just click here. I believe so. And it'll get out of the tool for you. Right, click on that. I just rely on the right mouse button so much, so yeah. I know that the old school mouses, Magic Mouse at the school, it won't let you do that. You have to manually click here. Alright, so we got pretty much that. Let me zoom in over here. So I got out the tool, right? And you see these little dots, those are your little plots, right? So I'm just gonna move it like that. One student mentioned that they couldn't, the blue dots would kind of disappear, and what you could do is just you know, it'll make this layer for you. One other thing, next thing I want to show is this layer, right? This is made when you finish your rotoscope. It'll make that layer for you, like how in Photoshop it made a layer for the image, so it's in there. So going back to this, if you do not see your blue dots, you know, when you're manipulating things, this might be a small glitch. You just click on that again so you can see your blue dots again. From here, just checking on everything. Alright, so this is pretty much what you need. Alright, you probably could get away with a little bit less too. Yeah, so this is your rotoscope. Be mindful of where your timeline is, right? Be very mindful, because this right here, this green tick, that shows that you had set a keyframe automatically. All these little dots, it became a shape, and not only did it become a shape, but it's been, the data information has been locked in into the space, so that it's going to now interact with other keyframes you're going to set, which you'll see what I'm talking about. The software is going to, you know, use this algorithm to kind of balance things out, to keep the shape and also to keep the tracking of the overall shape of it. But now, since we made the shape, we have it here. We need to rename it. Super important. Right click on it. Oh, double click on it. And after you double click, name it, I don't know, like Rotoed Tree. So you need to know what it is. That's why, for other purposes later. All right, so do that. So be mindful that it's here, okay? Because when you see if you accidentally press the space bar, you see this, right? This means that there was a keyframe over here, okay? And now it's staying put over there. But the whole point is that after when we begin the tracking, because I press over here the play button, right? But when I begin the tracking, these dots, they will move. They will literally move and try to keep up with the shape. Hence Mocha trying to do most of the heavy work for you. Okay, so I'm gonna go back again. I just played the play button. I did not do the tracking. When you do the tracking, this thing is gonna literally move and act all weird. Like, you'll see it, the tangents will start to move. All right, so we did that. Now we need to go back. Let's say, I don't know, classic, right? Let's go back for a second. Reason why is down here under track. Again, this is classic. Under track, minimum percent pixels used. I want to double click on it and type in like 90%. So what I've learned is that when you do 90%, it will try to accurately track, based on the pixels, right? And to track it even more accurately. Yeah. So set this to 90%. It's under track. Just set it back to classic, right? Because you were on roto setting before, right? Set to 90, press enter. And for the motion as well, probably you want to check on perspective. If you did not check on perspective in class, just leave it alone, okay? So yeah, just check on perspective. I did with and without, so but I'll just turn on. Then from there, let's go to classic, to roto, back to roto. All right, here we are back to roto. And first let's save file, and I want to choose export project, not save project. I think save project sounds like you're saving it, but from what I can gather and what I experienced with it over and over again, it just saves it temporarily so that you can use it afterwards when you close the user interface. Okay, like it's something like similar to copy and paste. It's live and active when the software is open, but when you close it, I'm pretty sure that you will lose this data unless you already dumped it into the Mocha effects panel. All that sounds confusing, I know, but just trust me. Just go to export project, okay? Export project, and wherever you saved it, you have your working file. Here's mine, right? I'm gonna name it, okay, and then 01. Okay, see, it's gonna save as a Mocha AE projects .mocha, not .ae. It's its own file, literally its own file type. And then name it, remember where you saved it, hit save, right? So that will for sure save this data. Because it's literally its own source file. And then from there, we're gonna start tracking. So we're at the very end. We got blue over here. If it's like here, that's fine. But don't start it here. Make sure you go back to there. Then we're gonna track starting from here. Now I'll tell you when to stop. I'm gonna show you where I stop and the reason why and what needs to be fixed. We'll start now. Hopefully my screen recorder won't bug out on me and start glitching, causing artifacts. Hopefully, we'll see. So I'm moving, panning. As you can see, it's really neat. It's holding its own. Right here. Stop. So far, it did a great job. You see this all in blue? This means it has tracked all that data, right? It did all that work for you of making sure things stay put. But if I zoom in again, which is with the Z, up and down, right, mouse movement, it needs help along this area. You know, press X to pan so I can center it. So let's help it. So we're at this area, right? I'm keeping track over here, and I'm gonna select it again, and I'm gonna have this on, and I'm gonna just grab a big old chunk, like even this whole entire chunk, right? I can just, and what you see over here is gonna hide, it's gonna turn green because it's gonna set a keyframe. And if you look over here, you see the A. The A, when it's blue like that, it means it will automatically set a keyframe whenever you move one of these guys. Okay, that A, it'll automatically set a keyframe. Meaning, see, right there, you see that? It's in green. I'm just nudging it using the left arrow. Okay, you could also literally just grab it from here. Okay, you see how it turns into that? You could do that. And you could just do something like like that. Oh wait, no, this over here is off. Something like that. Much more closer, see? And there's your keyframe, right? So what just happened is that it's going to interpolate between beginning keyframe that you had set a key, meaning you locked it down, its position. And over here, you set another key, meaning you locked down a new position over here. And it will interpolate from here all the way to here, average things out for you. Hence, when I mentioned it'll do the hard work for you. Okay, so we had set, we moved it, it automatically set the key because it's over here in green, in blue, highlighted in A. Now this back area, I need to clean that up too. I'm gonna just highlight this whole chunk right here, and I'm gonna grab over here, right? If you grab at the corners, it can do this. See that? That means you're just gonna rotate it. You do not want that. Just grab at the side and realign it. It's part of the reason why I made those little extra little shape. It kind of helps me to pinpoint the landmarks too when I realign things. And that part is good. This part over here could need some work. I'm gonna just grab this area, and remember, I'm on that exact same area. I did not move back and forth. Just make sure you know where you are. Grab this chunk. Boom. And maybe this area I'm paying special attention because this is pretty close to where the text comes in. This part is out of bounds. Okay. Maybe some of that. Maybe I'll chuck this in a bit. With this part, I'm just being a little bit neurotic. Go up here. This part over here. It's probably not a big deal, but I want to keep things clean. And you notice as it goes further, these guys, it starts to drag down. You see this? Before it was up here, but it starts to drag down a lot. The reason why I believe is that when the software is tracking this shape of this tree, the pins, it needs to move down because the footage, it's the way it's moving and rotating the footage, the camera, it needs to compensate because more mass is being shown onto the screen. Or that's how I interpret it. So from here, I'm gonna grab this guy right here. Grab that guy over there. Just grab this chunk. Grab. Ooh, that didn't work. Go back over here. Grab it again. Select it again. Okay. If you miss a beat, just do that. Grab that. Pull it. This area, I want to clean it up a bit more. Grab from the side. Pull it. Pull that. Let me pull this back up again. Because it's going to start to creep back down. And I don't want that. Alright. That's pretty much everything. That's pretty good. Press X. Press and hold X to pan. By the way, write notes. Like I said, write notes. Write down notes. You will submit those notes in as part of your grade, mandatory notes. I'm using Z to kind of zoom out, X to pan. Alright, so we did that much. Let's go back. You know what? Maybe just go forward. Go back this way. So let's track again, going backwards, right? From here, see? One keyframe here, one keyframe there. Click that. So we're going forward, or you know, moving the footage. Alright, so I'm looking for a point right around here. You notice here, it starts to creep back in again. So we gained this much distance, which is great. Whole chunk, right? I'm gonna click outside so you can see this. I'm gonna click here so I can start shaping things back in. I'm gonna maybe grab that much, pull it out, maybe grab over here, maybe up to here, chuck it out, grab that, grab that, grab that, press X to pan downward, pull this back down, even though it's not necessary. Grab this big old chunk. Boom. Nice. Grab this. Some of the little nuances I had to just pull on my own. Then zoom in with Z. Grab that. Check it out. X. Pan and move. Grab this chunk. Grab that out. Right. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. You'll also notice that at the beginning, the software will respond well, but towards the end, it may start to slow down depending on how much keyframes you set. This area I'm being extra careful because this is where the text kind of goes through, so I want to keep it pretty accurate. Alright, so this is good. Over here, I'm just, you see, it starts to pull down. I think, yeah, you want to pull it back up. Grab that, do that, grab that. Pull that up a bit, do that. This part is not absolutely necessary, but you know, I just want to fix it. Alright, so got that shape. Press Z, use a mouse to pull back out. Press X to pan. Got the shape. And as you can see, here's our keyframe. Now I'm gonna track some more. See, all in blue means it's tracked. These are the major keyframes that you set. Meaning, you know, yeah, the cutouts. Now I'm gonna track some more. Tracking. Alright, I'm watching right around here. Stop. All this stuff needs to be fixed. Press Z to zoom in. I want to fix all of this. I'm going to grab this whole chunk, yank it. So see how I got that little landmarks to help me out? Helps out a lot for me. Grab that, yank it. Over here, zoom in for a bit. Ooh, this part needs a lot of work. There. Click outside. Oh, I missed that, so I'm gonna grab back here to reactivate the handles. Alright, I want to fix this some more. Some more of that. Maybe do that. Ooh, this part I want to fix. So it's okay to kind of push and pull a bit too. You know, these things will move, but as long as it maintains that shape. Ooh, right here. Grab this whole chunk, zoom out a bit. Yank it out. Grab this. Yeah. Definitely over here, grab that. Over here for sure. Grab that. Grab this part. Again, I'm using X to pan. Like that. Okay, using X, not the space bar. Do some of that. Grab that, grab that, grab that, grab that, grab that. Yank this out. Grab that. Do some of that. Grab that. Ooh, see, I rotated by accident. See? Undo that. Yeah, tuck that back in. This part, again, it's not super necessary, but alright, so there's our keyframe. Zoom out some more. Now I'm gonna track some more. This one right here. Tracking. I'll stop right there. Big old section. Zoom in. Okay. Oh, also when you do track, make sure your layer is selected, right? Grab this chunk. There you go. See, set a keyframe. Grab this. Pull that out. Pull that out. Press X to pan down. Oh, this is pretty good. Oh, this section right here. Right here as well. Zoom in. Pull that out. This guy right here. zoom out, grab that, tuck it in, grab that, grab that, grab that. Push that back out. Alright. Yeah. As you can see, it's over there. Now, okay, so make sure that's selected as well. Track some more. Stop. So from here, zoom in. Oh, wait, zoom in. And now grab this whole chunk. Grab it. Yank it. Grab this. Yank it. Zoom in. Grab this. Yank it. Grab that. Yank it. Oh, right here. Yeah. Over here for sure. Ooh, I'm turning it by accident. Undo that. Grab that. Alright, so this is pretty much it. Alright, now let's finish up the track. So track some more. This button over there, right? Stop. This part starts to pull in. So grab that, yank it back out. Grab this, yank that, this, yank that, grab that, yank that, grab that, grab this, grab that, pull this back up, pull this back up, grab that. That's pretty much it. So this part I'm just nitpicking, but you know. Alright, good. Zoom back out. Z. And finish up the tracking right here. Okay, so it finished, but I want to see that keyframe over here. So the way you do that is you could just, you know, maybe tidy it up a bit. See, now it says a keyframe. Could use some work over here. Pull that out. Even over here could use some work. Match it better, right? Right over here maybe, and over here. Some of this. Some of that. Grab some of this. Then grab that. Grab that. Maybe some of that. Alright, so there's your keyframe. I'm going to zoom back out. And so as you can see, it's all in purple. It's been tracked. But I'm going to just go in between any big sections. Maybe like around here. Okay, all I did was do that. I have my layer selected and I clicked over here. I'm just checking out to see how well the tracking was. Zoom in. Overall, pretty darn good. Wow. Maybe I might tighten up a little bit here. Again, there's no keyframe, but it's definitely tracked because it's all in purple. But maybe I'm just gonna tidy it up, pull it up a bit some more. As you can see, now it's set a keyframe, right? So you probably by now you kind of get the idea of it all, right? Maybe I might pull that out a bit, just for the hell of it. Maybe pull that down, maybe put that a bit, put that, and yeah, that did pretty darn good. Then I'm gonna click here. Okay, even here, zooming in, it's pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Oh, I did a lot of work. Oh, yeah. Here's some here. Yeah. All right. Maybe and see it set a keyframe. I'll look over here. Maybe I might pull a little bit. Something like that. Maybe over here, just a little bit, nudge. Maybe over here, just a little nudge. Maybe over here. Right, these. All right. Maybe one last one over here. Or here. Just moved it, meaning that where the time is. Yeah, maybe this guy over here a bit. As you can see, the computer Mocha, the algorithm did most of the work for the most part, yeah. And yeah, let me fix that a bit. Pull that, perhaps some of that. Ooh, I rotated by accident. Yank that down a bit. That. Alright, so right now I just deselected it so I can just see the lines. Maybe I might touch up a little bit over here. God, stop it. Alright, good. Something like that. Alright. That's pretty much it. Maybe one more over here. just this little area. All right, that's good. Yeah, so that's everything. So that's pretty much it for the tracking. Now, oh, let me save it. File, export project, not save, export. All right, save it one number higher, hit save. Okay, good. So basically, if you select it again, you should only have like this many. Okay, and we named it. Good. The gearbox means that it's live and active to do tracking. Okay, so it was on by default, so just leave it alone for now. Go to file. Now we save the project. As you can see, something did there, but there's nothing else. Okay, so it did that, right? Now what you do is literally just close this, the X close tab. On the Macs, I believe it's over here. On the PC, it's on this side. Just close it. And this panel still is open, but just ignore it. So it looks like what happened? Nothing happened, right? Well, basically, here's your panel FX for Mocha, right? Don't click that again. Just click open the matte. Matte meaning the shape, the cutout, you know. Create AE, After Effects mask. That's what you're gonna click on. Okay, we clicked it, and then depending on how long you have time to process it, the computer hardware, it'll either make it quick or a little bit longer, but here it is. I'm gonna zoom in. Alright, I already forgot how to zoom in using that different way. Spacebar to a pan over here. I'm just zooming in with the mouse squirrel. So we did all the cutouts. Alright. And when, oh, it also did it to the footage that we had it on. See? See? Super nice. Look at that. Now I can set the resolution back to half. Now it's processing. Very, very, very nice. Look at that. Okay. There you go. Excellent cutout. Look at that. So cool. If you to try to do this by hand, it'll be insane. You'll go insane. But luckily, it did that for us. So that's the tracking. I'm gonna just save it. File. Save scene as. Tree. Rotoed. Right. So, when I say tracking, I meant to say it rotoed it. But technically, it's a form of tracking too, because you could get tracking data. Anyway, but so now I need my original footage back on. What I'm gonna do is grab my original footage, grab it, yank it, dump it at the very bottom. So now you have a full setup, you know. Turn that off. Wait, see, main footage, right? Remember, turn it on. Okay, so it's easy to get confused. This one on the top is the one that we rotoed in Mocha, remember? And there is our cutout. See the dot 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 dot? I'm gonna rename this. I'm gonna press enter, name it rotoed tree. That way we can know what is what. Rotoed tree on top, original footage on the bottom, because this is a layer system, right? Layered system. Whatever's on top and the layer stack will be taking priority in terms of the visual cues. All right. So that's the thing for the roto. One other thing is the feather. You could do a feather. I'm zooming in and I'm gonna solo it right here. You see the dot? So we soloed right here. And right now I can see the transparency checkerboard background. If I turn this back to toggle transparency grid, all right, I show the black background. I'm gonna zoom in, and what I intend to show is the feather. So you set it to like, I don't know, 15. Huh? I think I need to set apply matte. Right. Apply matte. That's the last thing I forgot. Click that on. When you do that, it'll make the matte. And if I do the toggle transparency, you see it feathered it. See? At the edges. See? And you could do like, I don't know, like 10. And much less of a feather, but still there. To give the illusion of when the things intersect the text, it's gonna have a nice little bypass passing through when it interacts. So again, that is apply matte, and then from there that will allow you to have the feather working for you. Okay, and remember at the very beginning I had pressed this to create the mask, right? So that's how we do that. So make sure you do this, and when you're done with that, save that file, right? The Mocha file. Then there's this where you had brought it back down, right? Which would be just the original footage. Then just to be safe, select your roto tree, right? Apply a lock so you can lock it out. So that's the first half of this tutorial. It could have been shorter, but I wanted to show in real time of me doing the roto thing, the roto process. So yeah, you probably could speed this up and then make it go by quicker. And I'm gonna post this on YouTube, and I'll try to add timestamps of all the major things to kind of dial in. And the next part is going to be the tracking for the text, creating the text, and tracking for the text, and also the animation for the text. Yeah. Okay. Good luck. Bye bye.